AskReddit by Colin Asholin. What movie made you think differently about the world? Lord of the Rings and Gandalf saying, "Some believe it is only great power that can hold evil in check, but that is not what I have found. It is the small everyday deeds of ordinary folk that keep the darkness at bay." That's why I chose to live my life every day helping. I work in healthcare because I'm just an ordinary person trying to keep the darkness at bay, even if it's just someone's grandma getting oxygen. There's enough pain in this world. Be someone who helps. Edit. Thank you for the clarification. It is from The Hobbit, specifically. I think you're an amazing person. It's so nice to see people like you. It gives me a bit of hope. Hotel Rwanda. I watched it once and never again. Also the movie Till. Human beings can be incredibly horrific to each other. It's been a while, but I remember somebody in that movie says something along the lines of people will see what's happening on the news and say, "Oh, that's sad," then they'll go back to their dinners. I think about that line all the time. The Truman Show. Made me paranoid for weeks lol. There is a legit disorder called Truman Show delusion. https://en.wikipedia.org/wiki/Truman_show_delusion close bracket. District 9. I struggled and hated this movie. The dude at the start who wouldn't stop talking drove me nuts. Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind. Though I first saw the Americanized version of it called Warriors of the Wind. Ditto. Didn't know who Hayao Miyazaki was until a full decade later. Ferris Bueller. Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. Amelie. The appreciation of small things is so important. My all-time favorite. Gives me so much peace and comfort. The act of killing. I think we have this idea that if you take part in a genocide, justice will eventually come for you, but here are these men who did commit genocide living happy, healthy lives, going on TV, being hailed as heroes, joyfully doing recreations of their murders. War crimes are defined by the winners, he says. I'm the winner. He's not wrong. And watching him be so upfront and honest about it's really hard to ever look at humanity the same way. It's just the way conversations turn on a dime that eats at me. Like the man who killed his girlfriend's father with absolutely no hint of emotion about it other than that was kinda crazy. Wasn't it like even the most horrific thing on earth made sense in the moment? And then I wonder, what's to stop people around me from making those same rationalizations? The Matrix. Koyaanisqatsi. How humanity has grown apart from nature. Saw this film while the Philip Glass Orchestra played the soundtrack live on stage in front of the projection. It was life-changing. Deleted. Stop trying to make fetch happen. Children of Men. Such a great movie. Plausible future scenario world state. Everything everywhere all at once. Please be kind, especially when we don't know what's going on. Hit especially hard after 2020. This movie introduced me to concept of absurdism and sick then I'm kind of free and live. One that we don't talk about. First and amp. Second rules are pretty straightforward about that. The first rule of the Princess Diaries is you don't talk about the Princess Diaries. I was 19 when I first saw American Beauty, and Lester Burnham definitely made an imprint on my psyche. I think you just became my new personal hero. I want the job with the least amount of responsibility possible. This isn't life. This is just stuff. Same age and everything. Really hit me at the right moment. The Truman Show. Saw it when I was 10. I was petrified that the whole world was watching every last movie I made. And just how many movies have you made as a 10-year-old? Akira and X200B. It was unlike any animated movie I had ever seen to that point. Arlington Road. I am suspicious of every single terrorist attack being claimed by this or that organization. Jeff Bridges was so good in it. The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. The original for me. My father loved the old movies and sat me down to the Danny Kaye version. Contact. Everything Everywhere All at Once. Arrival. The opening to Contact impressed me. Sure, it's not 100% accurate, but it gives a non-scientist the idea of the sheer size of the universe. I still love it. Stand By Me. Idiocracy. Am I balls? None, although I spend a few hours each movie feeling like the lead character. Soul. OMG, I love it. Still remember the story that Dorothea tells Joe. I heard this story about a fish. He swims up to an older fish and says, "I'm trying to find this thing they call the ocean." The ocean, the older fish says, "That's what you're in right now." "This," says the young fish, "this is water. What I want is the ocean." Pan's Labyrinth filled between me with such bitter dread. The bottle scene and that brutality especially.